Greetings, greetings, greetings. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome, welcome to this broadcast. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, family. I am a bit late. I got into the studio late. However, I think they're going to be adding more time. So I am not on Facebook, but I am on YouTube and I am on LinkedIn. And I am very excited about that. I will go back and do an episode with this topic on Facebook. So, again, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Dr. Daphne Clarke-Hudson. I am a spiritual healer. I am your why and soul purpose coach, consultant, and mentor. I am also a spiritual healer and an intuitive development coach. Those of you who have been part of my community for a while, you have noticed that I am refocusing because I am focusing on healing, rebirth, empowerment, and transformation. As you all know, last September, I accepted a new divine assignment. And for those reasons, I am divinely directed about the areas I need to focus on. So with that being said, I am going to be talking about, in this episode, I am going to be talking about what frequency are you dialed into? What frequency are you dialed into? And I am touching this topic, and I want you to look at it. When I say frequency, I would like for you to look at the areas of our lives as frequencies. The frequencies of being home, school, in the community, the friends we hang around with, and the stories or statements that downloaded to us by different individuals. So that's the frequency I want us to focus on this morning. This afternoon rather. The reason I decided to focus on this is because there are so many people who are lost these days. They cannot make head or tails about what they are up to and where they are going. They cannot make head or tail about the accomplishments that they have already done because of the present frequencies they are dialed into, or the frequencies and the stations that they have been listening to since childhood. So let's delve into it. I don't know whether or not you can remember Hooked on Phonics. I remember buying that for my son when he was young. Hooked on Phonics. And Hooked on Phonics used to help children with their spelling and all of that. And as the Spirit gave me this topic to speak on today, Hooked on Phonics came to me. And the other thing that came to me was high frequency words. And I want to also add high frequency statements. Sadly enough, these high frequency statements and words most oftenly are not impacting words. They are words and statements which damage us as children, and many of us goes into childhood with those high frequency words and statements, which damages us as individuals and which damages our careers and our relationships. Professional relationships, romantic relationships, platonic relationships, all aspects of our lives are being damaged by these early frequencies that we were dialed into, whether intentionally or unintentionally. Many of those hang around with us. Even trusted teachers use some of those high frequency words and statements to us. You will never become anything, or you are not cut out for that. You should choose another career. You shouldn't think about becoming a doctor. You shouldn't be thinking about becoming a pilot. You don't have the grades for it. And the list goes on and on. And the child that is accepting that statement goes on to think, all right, my teacher says I cannot become that. So who am I to pursue that? And some children end up becoming couch potatoes, hooked in front of a television set, and gave up on that dream and that vision that they had. So, together, let you and I explore some of the high frequency statements that could be more than likely impacting your life today as you know it. Have you or anyone you know ever been told in school that you will not amount to anything? You shouldn't consider about going for the job that you dream about? You know, every little child that you reach out to and you ask them, what do you want to be? They would say, I want to be a police officer, or I want to be a doctor. And they would hold on to those intentions until we as adults or other people begin to reprogram them to want to do something else and not what they have engraved in their hearts and their spirits. Have you ever been heard, oh, you are good for nothing, just like your father. Your father never became anything, and you are not going to become anything. I've heard that over and over being said to boys, especially those boys whose mother was not in a relationship with the father. And they would always penalize the son because they saw the son only becoming a replica of the father. Again, I had mentioned about teachers. Sometimes the people who we think would guide our children on the right path are oftentimes the one that leads them the wrong way. I personally, in my career as a personal development coach for over 30 years, I have spoken with individuals who to this day are hurting because they were told not to do that career that they had their mind set on. So for their entire lives, some of them over their 30s and 40s, over their entire lives, they held on to that frequency and it played over and over and over and over and over again. And regardless of how old they are always still reliving that first episode, that first time when they were told that. And you will say, but why don't you grow up? It's not about growing up. It's about restructuring that dialogue, restructuring that frequency, unlearning that thing you had learned or told earlier on, so that you can now rewire and reprogram a higher beneficial frequency with the information that will now tell you you are brilliant. You are enough. You can become anything you set your heart to. You are worthy. You are a child of God, so do not accept what others tell you that you will not amount to anything. Because you and I know that God does not create nobodies. He does not. And each and every one of us, we are on this earth for a purpose. So as long as you continue to believe in that, you will be able to restructure and you will be able to dismantle that frequency, begin to do the inner work so that you can evolve and blossom into the amazing individual you were born to be. So watch the frequencies that you are adopting to. All of those negative frequencies, you can now replace them with positive ones. I tell you, YouTube has become one of my dearest friends and supports, because every day you can go on YouTube and you can find information. You can find information that will point you to music or meditation to help you to erase and replace the frequencies. So I want to encourage you. You no longer have to sit around and be satisfied with those negative programs. In as little as 10 days, 10 minutes, once a day, you can tune into YouTube and you can find a lot of meditation CDs that will help you to reprogram yourself so you can up level and energize your new frequency. This is Dr. Daphne Clarke-Hudson saying thank you so much for joining this episode, and I look forward to seeing you on my next broadcast. If you are not already doing so, kindly click on linktr.ee/Dynamic Daphne, and you will be able to connect with me and see the other platforms that I'm on. Thank you guys, and I look forward to seeing you in the next broadcast. Love you. Bye now.